This is Good Morning San Diego.
Security industry expert Michael Julian has just released a new book that could save your life.
It's about the essential actions that you should take in the first 10 minutes of an active shooter event. We'll talk to him about this new book after the break.
Welcome back. It did happen again last week, another school shooting, this time in Florida. Unfortunately, it has become way too common in this country, and not just in schools. And every second counts in an active shooter event. Here to tell us about his new book on what you should do in the first 10 minutes of such an event is security industry expert Michael Julian. Good morning to you.
Morning, Dave.
Not only did you write a book, but you also offer programs in training people how to survive.
Correct.
Background first. A quick summation of how you got to this point.
Well, my father started our company, Investigations and Security, in 1967. So I literally grew up, this is all I've ever done, is investigations and security. So it's what I do. When this became a phenomena that is so out there and growing every year, I thought, you know, something's got to be done. There's training. I became a trainer, but the training that I was taking I thought could be improved upon. That's when I created the Alive program, and it has obviously and unfortunately flourished in this day and age.
First, let's take the title, 10 Minutes to Live. What's so important about 10 minutes?
I teach, you know, it's so important, the amount of time that the clock starts ticking as soon as you call 911. A lot of times these guys, because they want to retain the power and control that they finally took back by wielding a gun and scaring people, they've got all the power. They felt it's been taken from them, they got it back. They're not going to let that power be taken from them by someone killing them or taking them down. Oftentimes they will take their own lives. Many times as soon as they hear the police sirens, they'll do it. The sooner we can get law enforcement on the scene, the sooner this thing's going to be over. And most of them, even the ones with the highest body counts, including Las Vegas, 10 minutes. That's how long it lasted. Many of them last 5 minutes. It is a race against time. The longer you stay alive, the more your chances of surviving this increase.
Okay, and ALIVE is an acronym for 5 different words.
Yes.
Is it 5?
5.
It is 5.
Yes.
5 different words, and that is basically the content of your book. Is about half the book. You delve into those 5 things. Let's start with to assess.
Assess, correct. So the first thing I teach is for that split second, and it only takes a split second, take a deep breath, get some oxygen to your brain, and react rationally rather than emotionally. Don't just take off running in whatever direction because you're scared. You have to stop, try and figure out what's happening and what your next best course of action is.
Not easy to do.
Not under that kind of pressure, no.
All right, second one, the L is leave.
Leave, just like run, hide, fight. You want to leave, you want to get as far away as possible in as short amount of time as possible. But as soon as you are aware of a situation, you pick up your phone and hit 911. Remember, we start the clock as soon as law enforcement is notified of this situation.
It's not always about being the hero. It's about saving your own life.
Absolutely.
At a point when there's an active shooter. The third one is impede.
Impede. So we want to make it very difficult for the gunman or shooter to get to you. So you want to impede his ability. You want to make yourself a hard target. The goal of one of these assailants is to kill as many people possible in as short amount of time as possible. Again, he's racing against the clock. He knows it's going to end soon. The harder it is for him to get to you, the less chance he's going to work on getting to you. He's going to go to an easier target. So he's going to leave you alone and go somewhere where he can achieve his goal.
Oftentimes it's random, and if you're out of the way, then he's not going to come after you.
Correct.
He or she, but it's normally a he, of course. The fourth one, and I read a little bit about this one in your book. This would be the toughest one for me. You call it violence.
Yeah, I don't like fight. Fight denotes that means that there's an equal chance. I don't want it to be equal. I want the people that are the victims, would-be victims, to overpower, overcome, and commit 100% to taking this person down.
And let's repeat that. Commit to killing this person.
Yeah, and I say killing. If you commit with 85%, you're leaving 15% on the table for them to take and use against you. I'm not telling anybody to kill anyone. I'm saying when you decide that it is them or you commit 100% to killing them. So that's the mindset. Mindset and method, they're equally important. Run, hide, fight is fine, but if you can't do it with the mindset of actually surviving, it's not going to do you any good.
It truly is, you or them. Fifth one is expose.
Expose. So as we see in the Florida school, the law enforcement will treat everybody as a potential suspect, right? So you have to expose yourself very wisely. Now, one of two things could happen if you don't do it smart. there could be another shooter, so you might end up running into a second shooter. Just because the shooting stopped, that doesn't mean it's over. You could end up still being another shooter. Or two, you may come around the corner with a cell phone in hand and startle law enforcement, who is obviously on high alert at that point. They're not knowing who's a good guy and who's a bad guy. You may end up accidentally getting shot by law enforcement.
Okay.
So you have to expose yourself very, very smart.
The name of the book is 10 Minutes to Live. Michael Julian, thank you very much. I know you teach this course to businesses. If you have some questions about that, we'll put that on our website, all your information as well at KUSI.com.
Very good. Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
you coming on.